channel for a live stream by myself, simply talking about Chelsea signing MALANG SARR, but that's not actually huge news. We were all kind of just waiting for Thiago Silva, but he didn't turn up. If it's laggy a bit, it should sort itself out. I hope, I bloody hope, that it will sort itself out. Mr. Alex, I didn't see your message. You said just hoping for a one-off, and it's live. And it's live! I don't know who copying here, to be honest. So let's see how many people are going to turn in here. We'll have to wait and see. I have genuinely no idea how many people will turn up here. I don't know, but Chelsea have signed MALANG SARR on a 5-year deal from, I guess, Nice, but he was a free agent. So before a couple of people turn up, I will do a bit of a Q&A, depending on how many people turn up in the end and how many people actually put something into the chat. And of course, if you want to help a brother out and put, use the super chat function, don't hesitate to do so. Definitely do not hesitate to do so. But let's just talk about MALANG SARR. A couple of things. Obviously, I'm going to use my phone here a couple of times as well, because why not? And also, I just need to look things up later, don't I? Because that just makes a lot of sense. So what Gets French Football News on Twitter said, and you'd expect them to be quite good when it comes to French football. Freut mich, dass dein Pizza super ist, schätze ich. MALANG SARR, they said, is an exceptional signing for Chelsea, a victim of Vieira's regime and Dante, of course, Dante, the Brazilian centre-back that also plays for Nice, and Patrick Vieira being their manager. And they said who hurt gifted leader Sarr's confidence by playing him at left-back half the time when he's actually a centre-back and robbing him of crucial progression at left centre-back. Has the potential to become France's best left-sided central defender. He then went on to say, cannot express how much we believe in MALANG SARR and how valuable it is to have over 100 professional appearances by the age of 21 in a division like Ligue 1 and Ligue 2. Years of setbacks, yes, but if he seizes these opportunities, he will be stronger for injustices he was served. And honestly, it's bloody brilliant. It is bloody brilliant. I can see a couple of people being here in the chat. Of course, guys, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Let me just get my fancy little subscribe button on here. Where is it? Well, it's not showing up. Don't know why, but it's not showing up. Can't tell where it is or why this thing is not showing up. Does that work? That works. That works. Why does mine not work? I don't understand. I don't understand. Did I put it in the bin by accident earlier? I might have done, Might have been a bit of a mug about it. Let me just see. And is it because I moved it? Bloody hell. See, these are the kind of small little things that I wouldn't do on, while I'm live on Blues Fans TV. But it is happening while I'm live here. I'll tell you that much. See, now I'm opening it here. Okay. There we are. See, there you are. This fancy little thing. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That'd be massively, massively appreciated. And of course, drop a like on this live stream if you're watching this right now, which I strongly assume you are, because otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you. You would not be here. When is Thiago Silva announced? Mr. Bubelwa Kamara said. We don't actually know. A lot of people were thinking he was going to be announced by 5, possibly 6 p.m. UK time tonight. Well, he wasn't. So, that's kind of the situation that none of us know. He's probably going to be announced tomorrow. What we do know is that he already passed his medical in Milan today, which is positive because as far as I'm aware, had he been joining Chelsea and actually moved to England from France, he would actually have to self-isolate for 14 days. But because obviously with PSG, they played the Champions League tournament in Portugal, and then he went to, Italy clearly, because otherwise he wouldn't have had his medical in Milan. He probably won't have to self-isolate, which is of course bloody brilliant and a very much so a positive, I would say. But let's get back to MALANG SARR. Of course, he's 21. I touched on him in yesterday's video already, but he's 21 years of age. He's French, played for Nice until obviously his contract now expired and he left. Wasn't really done, the best of justice, I guess, by Patrick Vieira. It's just what Arsenal people do, isn't it? Not do justice on their good players. And then apparently Dante as well, which I personally didn't know about. But he's a good player. He's short in my opinion. Like I said yesterday already, he's only 1m82 or 6 foot tall, which is a bit short in my opinion. I will get to your comment in a second, Cherno. Am I wrong? But But he's a good player, you know, he's a good player. Chelsea did confirm that he will go out on loan straight away. They did not confirm where he will go out on loan to, but he will not be part of the development squad, and he will not be part of the first team squad either. He will go out on loan. What the report said until yesterday is that he's most likely to go out to the Bundesliga because there's loads of clubs interested in him, which of course would be good, would be interesting. And yeah, it's bloody brilliant. Malang Sarr has 2 loan spells and 19 mil written all over him. He kind of does. He kind of does. Actually, maybe a bit more than 19 mil, but it's kind of true. It's kind of true. But if you know what the guys from Get French Football News said is true, you know, in that case, I'm bloody happy about it. I'm bloody happy about it. You have to be happy about it, really. You honestly just have to be happy about it, if that genuinely is the situation. But he's a good centre back, and can you really complain about getting another centre back? And even if it is just sending him out on loan and making a couple of million in a few years' time, what's bad about that? What's bad about financing our own future transfers without selling first-team players? It's bloody brilliant. It's a bloody brilliant move. You have to jump on the opportunity if a player, a really good young player, is available, and he was available, so we struck, and that's bloody good. So, getting to your comment, Mr. Cherno, we're wrong. When Kepa going to be replaced? He is not good enough. Well, we don't know at this moment in time, do we now? We just do not know whether he's going to be replaced and who's going to replace him. I still believe that he will be replaced, although the rumours have strongly died down. We are, of course, linked, or we have been linked to the Rennes goalkeeper, Mondi. We have been linked to Onana of Ajax, of course, Nick Pope, even of Burnley. Even Mignon, the Lille goalkeeper. So there's a couple of people that we are linked to, but it's a lot of uncertainty at the moment. It's a lot of uncertainty at the moment. Bubawa said, "Thank you for the feedback, Laurenz. Shout out to you from Tanzania. I really do appreciate that, and hope life's good in Tanzania, mate." Dan said, "Malang Sarr's." I already replied to that, mate. Or maybe, did you say that twice? I did already reply to it anyway. Oh, no, I did. We need to solve a goalkeeper problem immediately. I kind of agree, guys. I kind of agree, to be honest. Again, guys, if you're watching this right now, make sure you drop a like. And if you're watching it at a later point as a video, make sure you drop a like as well. I hope the video quality is all right and I'm not too bright or anything. Should all be doing okay, to be honest. It seems to be a little bit laggy. I do apologize about that. Can't really change it. I hope everything sorts itself out, in all honesty. I just hope everything sorts itself out. I've kind of closed everything that could be in the way and could be causing this extra lag, but, you know, it is what it is, and we'll get it done. A couple of things that I do need to talk about, of course, is this whole situation of a couple players apparently testing positive, which of course isn't brilliant. We do know that Trevor Chalobah, who's out on loan, tested positive, and he was apparently out on holiday in Mykonos in Greece with the likes of Christian Pulisic, Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, and also Fikayo Tomori. These guys have not been in training thus far. Who else hasn't been in training is Emerson Palmieri, Jorginho, and Michy Batshuayi. I think then I've got everyone that hasn't been pictured in training or hasn't been seen in training yet. Oh, and Ross Barkley. But Ross Barkley's meant to be injured. So we don't know for a lot of these guys. Did they test positive? When did they test positive? Are they just being told to self-isolate because they were in contact with Chalobah, who is tested positive? We are unsure at this moment in time, but they are not in training, which is not ideal, especially as Chelsea are to play their first friendly of the season against Brighton, actually in front of fans, in front of 2,500 Brighton fans on Saturday. At this moment in time, I personally do not know if this, video will be, if this game, will be televised anywhere, whether it's going to be on a Fifth Stand app or going to be televised anywhere else. I just honestly don't know. If it will be, there will be a review by myself of the game on Blues Fans TV, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Gorgeous, saying my quality is good. Thank you. That is always good to know. But yeah, frankly, like I said, I can only get back to Sarr, obviously getting distracted by a couple of your comments there. But continuing on with that, I'm happy with it. I'm happy we get another player in. Hopefully, we get Thiago Silva over the line. There has been weird comments such as, let me just read it out properly. Let me just get that up. That apparently by Leverkusen spokesman Dirk Mesh, on whether Kai Havertz will be in Leverkusen for the club's COVID testing. Shouldn't have said that word on YouTube, but too late now as a live stream. Tomorrow, and he apparently said, as things stand, yes. And Timon Phillips on Twitter said that Kai Havertz might take a little while longer. Unsure why. It's still over the line. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that yet again today, but it's still happening, to be honest. We're doing a what? A Mazolin. Don't know what that means, mate. Don't know what that means. Watching from Italy, La Minaya. Bloody brilliant. Hello to Italy. It's about half an hour down there that way. Italy is, from where I am. And I'm good, mate. How are you? I hope you're keeping well. And again, everyone, make sure you drop a like and also you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That'd be bloody brilliant. Whenever I press this, the lag gets even worse, isn't it? Is what it is. Can't do much about that. Thank you, Laurenz, the best Chelsea channel in YouTube. Jono from Germany, Bremen. Ah, you're from Germany, mate. Hello, how you doing? And thank you for the kind words. Really do appreciate that. I'm a mug. I asked Lewis, carefreelewisg, Lewis Gebreselassie, to jump on a stream with me. I told him I'm going to go live at 8:15. Yeah, but I meant 8:15 Austrian time. Didn't tell him that I meant that he was thinking UK time. I would have gone live with him otherwise. We'll do that in the next couple of days. I did ask you guys a little while ago now. I need to scroll down all the way. Whether you guys would like to see a little bit of a Q&A on my channel. So I'm just going to ask a couple of the reply to a couple of the questions that you guys asked me on Twitter. Hence why I'm just scrolling down to that. Will take me a minute, but I will scroll down to it. That's what I'm doing. 1 second, one more second, almost there, almost there, almost there. There we are. We have a couple of questions there. I would, of course, if I was doing this as a proper video, not as a live stream, would of course put your questions up on screen, but I'm not because this is a live stream. Ryan, CFC Ryan 1 asked, do we sell Jorginho? Well, in my opinion, we probably should at this point because I don't think Lampard will use him enough to be warranted staying around because we could make good money of him. But if we don't find anyone to sell him to, then keep him around. He will still be an important player, I reckon. But, Lampard is not going to use him, whether we keep him or not. So then just better get the money, I think. Sean Quinn, Quinner12344, asked, who are you most excited to watch play for us next season? Now, my standard answer will be Ruben Loftus-Cheek, because I'm always most excited to watch Ruben Loftus-Cheek, especially if he ever manages to stay bloody fit for a season. That'd be bloody brilliant, wouldn't it? But genuinely, if we talk about the new signings, it has to be Kai Havertz. I am incredibly excited to see him play for us. And Timo Werner as well, in honesty, the two Germans, even though not a biggest fan of Germans usually. Sorry for my German viewers. I have to apologise. Kai Havertz deadline tomorrow. No. The deadline for Kai Havertz to sort it out was tomorrow, not for us to announce him. It's sorted out. He's coming to Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano gave us the here we go. It's happening. Don't you worry about it. We'll get to a couple more comments in a second. Yeah, so Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, I'm very excited to see them play. Hakim, Ziyech as well, of course, but now I'm just listing everyone. So if I have to pick one, I think I'm going to go Kai Havertz because I think Timo will struggle a little bit in his first few months at Chelsea to adapt to probably playing up front on his own quite a lot and to a different league, but I think Kai Havertz will settle in quite quickly. Anonymous Blue said, do you think that Lampard will play with the 4-2-3-1, especially that Lampard tried at the start of the season? Also, we saw the best of cover when we played with this formation. No, I personally believe that we will play a 4-3-3 with two attacking number 8s, and I think that Kovacic will mostly be on the bench and be a super sub and a utility player, frankly. Even though he won Player of the Year, he wouldn't be Player of the Year next year anymore with the players we're signing for our midfield, especially if Ruben gets fit as well. So I think that is the plan, to play in a proper 4-3-3, two attacking number 8 and a proper DM, which most of the time, if he isn't injured all the time anymore, will be N'Golo Kante, quite possibly Ethan Ampadu, quite possibly Declan Rice if we do sign him, although I'd prefer him at centre-back. So no, I think he will be 4-3-3 most of the time, but 4-2-3-1 will certainly be used, and then Kovacic will certainly be one of the stars in that formation. The reason why the Kai Havertz is taking long is because Bayern Leverkusen are looking for a replacement. Yeah, that's what's been reported, but realistically, they're not going to stop him from leaving. They're not going to say no to 100 million just to sign a replacement. It's not gonna. That's not gonna happen. And yeah, Melly, I know. Oi, look at you there, son. I don't know how much that is in my money, but I do appreciate the 20, whatever the currency is, donation. You didn't even ask anything, so that was a bit of a waste. So ask your question. I will definitely see it. What's up, broski? SM, thank you. How you doing? I'm good. Dan said, I'm ecstatic about every single transfer, but we faced the third least shots on target total and per game in the league, but considered the most goals in the top half. I mean, most points to one man. Yeah, it does point to one man, but there's also a case of you have to take a little bit into consideration the chances that we let through, because either we let absolute sitters through because we had such bad mess-ups, fuck-ups by the defence. When we had shots on target, they were sitters half the time, right? So, and that's a bit different, and the stats don't show that. But for example, goals like the Wilfried Zaha one, you should tip that over. For example, later on against Palace, or later on in the season against Palace. These are the kind of games and goals that just frustrate me. So I kind of agree. Who will be our two number 8s? Who will be our two number 8s? Well, that's an interesting question. Kai Havertz will certainly be one of them. And I believe that for the most part it will be Mason Mount, unless Ruben gets properly fit and then gets properly playing. Because if Ruben is properly fit, he honestly shits on Mason. I love Mason Mount, right? But Ruben shits on Mason. Ruben is so good. I would even argue that Ruben is better than Kai Havertz on ability. But Kai is only 21 and Ruben is turning 25 soon. So, that's a bit different. So yeah, Kai and Mason. But of course, Kovacic, depending on who we play, can also play in that attacking 8 role. Then we have one more attacking 8 and one less attacking 8. It just depends a little bit on the opponent, I would suggest. Getting to another comment that I got, question that I got here on Twitter. What are your expectations for Chelsea going into next season? Also, what is your preferred or predicted starting 11 for the squad next year? Can't wait for the revival. That is saying, as in when I tweeted that I will revive my channel. Now, what are my expectations? My expectations are pretty simple. Finish comfortably within the top 4, whether we become 3rd or 4th doesn't matter. If we're fighting by 1 point against Man United and become 4th, I'm not that fussed. Just an example of Man United. As long as we're at least like 5, 6, 7, 8 points clear of 5th. But I would just comfortably want us to make top 4. That's the priority. A trophy would be good. FA Cup, League Cup would be bloody good. And depending on the draw in the round of 16 and the group, I guess, I would like to get at least to the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I'm not expecting, for example, to win anything, or Chelsea to win anything, or the league, and even properly challenge Man City and Liverpool, especially if City get bloody Messi. But I want us to comfortably be within the top 4 and get silverware. Kepa second choice, Carvin said. Kepa second choice. Yeah, why? That'd be silly. That'd be silly. His wages had too high. His transfer fee was too high. We'd try to loan him out somewhere because we wouldn't find anyone to actually sell him to. So we'd probably loan him out. And that's going to be that. I guess another question off Twitter by Bob Kester. If we do get Edouard Monde, do you think that he will be coming in as competition or replacement for Kepa? I told you we had apparently a bid for him rejected. And if he was to come in, to be honest, I don't know. I think it would be a bit silly if we have competition for Willy Caballero. We gave him a contract extension, so if we sign another goalie, he won't come in as competition for Kepa. I'd be very surprised by that. What's your priority in order of transfers for next season? Of course, this was asked before we actually signed Ben Chilwell yesterday. Officially, he asked left back, goalkeeper, centre back, and for me, out of those, probably. Well, we're getting Chilwell, we're getting Thiago Silva, so goalkeeper. Joey asked, Tailgate777, will Leeds be relegated? Well, I bloody hope not, because there's not going to be any away fans in the Premier League this season, and I want to go to bloody Leeds. I want to go to Ellen Road. So I hope they won't get relegated, pretty much. That's basically my shout there. Rob Pratley, RJ Paid Journalism, asked, player that first made you fall in love with football? Now, that is a very difficult question, but I would probably say Ronaldinho. My first proper football memory, I remember somehow I remember the World Cup in 2000 in France, but not really anything. I remember kind of France won it, but I don't really actually remember anything else. My first real football memory is of the World Cup in 2002, actually my local club a couple of weeks before that, but you won't know anything about that. So the first one that really made me fall in love with football was, I guess, Ronaldinho at the World Cup. Never really liked Arnold Ronaldo, to be honest. My best mate did, but I never really liked him. So Rivaldo as well, but especially in the 04, 05, 06 time, Ronaldinho was just a beauty to watch, even though that dancing goal against Chelsea was annoying because I was already a Chelsea fan at the time, but Ronaldinho was just... If Ronaldinho was a bit more of a serious guy, maybe he wouldn't have been so beautiful to watch, but the career he would have had, I think he would have been one of the guys that possibly could have been up there with Messi. Because he was just so ridiculously good. He was just so ridiculously good. Another question by Carvin Saravanan. Werner play left wing until Pulisic is fit? Possibly. Wouldn't be 100% surprised by that, to be honest. But also, why not have Hudson odoi there if he's doing well in training? He seems to be working really, really hard and coming back early from holiday to work and stuff. It's quite good. Be quite good. Love your questions, Eden Hazard. Hooyah! Lamin said, I think we should give Kepa another chance. You're forgiving, mate. You're bloody forgiving. I mean, there is a chance that might happen anyway, but would I personally do it at this point? No. What do you think of Donnarumma as Kepa replacement? First of all, he's too expensive. Secondly, I don't think he's good enough with his feet, quite frankly. That's by far his biggest weakness. But he's good otherwise. He's still young. But would he leave AC Milan for us? They're getting better and better and better now. They're signing good players. And he's from their youth. Like, he's been there since whatever, how old he was, like 5, 6, 7 years old or whatever. Would he leave? You know, he's nailed on to be their future captain. It's just going to happen, isn't it? It's just going to happen. So I don't quite know. And like Carvin said, he'd be a bit expensive as well, in all honesty. Sudi Buyo, boy, whatever. What's your best ever witness game at the Bridge? Best ever witness game at the Bridge? Good question. Good question. Let me think. I see there's the positive when I don't do this as a live stream, but as a proper video. Because then I can think about these questions. I don't have to sit here thinking about it. So, my best game at the Bridge. Probably my second ever game at the Bridge, when we beat Liverpool 2-1 after going 1-0 down early in the game. Eto'o scored the winner in the end, and Hudson scored an absolute beauty of a curler from just outside the box, right into the top corner, and I was in the third row of the shed, right behind the goal. It was incredible. Genuinely, it was incredible. And my worst ever witness game at the Bridge, well, that was very recently, as I was there when Chelsea got absolutely battered 3-0 by Bayern Munich. That wasn't fun. And when we lost in extra time to PSG, where David Luiz got that winner. Ever since then, I didn't like David Luiz because I was there for that. Even when he came back, I liked him, but I couldn't love him anymore. It was just not possible. Donnarumma only got 1 year left in his contract. Usually players with 1 year left are a lot cheaper than their original price. You're not wrong with that, but chances are he will sign a new contract because I'm pretty sure he wants to stay at Milan. I have a feeling Kepa will be at Chelsea next season. That could happen. You're not wrong. It could happen. Nope, Mount or Odoi will play on the left. Werner will play centre forward. I think all of that depends on training as well to some extent. How is Tammy training? How is Giroud training? And then possibly Werner will play up front as well, and then Hudson-Odoi left wing. I bloody don't want Mason Mount on the left wing. That's why I would not hate it if we signed another winger. I know Mount can play there. I know Havertz can play there. I know even Werner can play there. But, you know, for proper wingers, we'd only have Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, and Ziyech. That's it. That's it from proper wingers. And I guess Werner, right? But even that, it's kind of 3.5, 4. I wouldn't mind if we signed, for example, Benrahma still. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. Would you keep Alonso? Well, we're going to. It seems like we're going to sell Emerson and we're going to keep Alonso. I personally wouldn't. But yeah, keep him around. As long as Chilwell stays fit and can play almost all of the games, and then we have Alonso for when we play a back three at the back and need a couple goals, then I can maybe accept that. And a Manus, maybe the same guy, and I just mispronounced your name completely earlier. Yeah, that is exactly the question that you asked. And Jack OS02 asked, do you think we can be serious title contenders for the upcoming season with the additions of Havertz, Chilwell, possibly Thiago Silva, and the new goalkeeper, whoever that may be? No, like I said already, that's not my expectation. I think we can be if Liverpool and City just don't have good seasons because maybe they don't have enough preparation or whatever. But if anything, we had less preparation than Liverpool with playing in the Champions League still against Bayern Munich in the second leg and Liverpool as well. So, you know, maybe not. So I don't think we will challenge personally. I personally just don't think we will. But we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. We'll just have to wait and see. And then 100 AQ Lamps asked in German, said, seit wann bist du... No. Yeah, no, he did. Seit wann bist du Chelsea-Fan und wie kam es dazu? In translation to English, since when are you a Chelsea fan? Or really, rather, how long have you been a Chelsea fan for? And how did that happen, really? Because obviously, if you didn't know, most of you will know, I'm Austrian. Austrian born. If anything, my heritage is a quarter Italian. So I'm Austrian and a quarter Italian, nothing English, none of that. How did I become a Chelsea fan? Well, little old me watched the 2005 Champions League semi-final, second leg, between Chelsea and Liverpool, saw that ball not go over the line by Luis Garcia, that goal, and was fuming. And I thought that was just not fair. And I liked the Chelsea shirt, so I became a Chelsea fan. We couldn't actually watch Premier League on TV here in Austria back in 2005, so I just followed the results in the newspapers, genuinely, and watched the 1 or 2 Champions League games we had on Austrian TV a season. So sadly, I knew Chelsea won the league by Lampard scoring 2 goals against Bolton, but I didn't actually live it by watching it at the time, let alone be at the ground. So it's a bit different, but it just got more and more, and then you finally... were able to watch English football, Premier League football on Austrian TV, and then it just got more and more until I stopped missing any game ever. So yeah, do you think Sarr will get loaned out? Yes, he will be. Chelsea confirmed that. Messi to Chelsea will be elite. Oh yes, Messi to Chelsea will be bloody elite. Best player in history of the sport. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, that'd be bloody ridiculous. Messi will be going to City for sure, man. Just got to accept it. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But if you're going to dream about anyone, dream about bloody Lionel Messi. What a dream that would be. I quite simply want to be 5 or 7 points from top with 3 weeks to go, just not being mathematically out of contention. To be honest, for me, that's kind of irrelevant. As long as we're comfortably within the top 4, I'm fine with that. FA said, to be fair, if we work with Kepa to build his confidence, I would prefer we keep him for a year. I'm not too confident of potential team harmony with more than half the first 11 being changed. Yes, but the problem is that a lot of the squad, especially the defenders, don't really seem to trust Kepa much. So I don't know whether that helps. Thoughts on MALANG SARR CDM? No thoughts. He's never played that, in my opinion. But coming back to FA's comments, I get your point. But first of all, he's a bit short, and unless he improves confidence-wise, and just like, for example, that free kick goal by Trent Alexander-Arnold against us, that annoyed me so much, because I'm not saying Kepa has to save it, but he has to bloody try, because I think there's a chance he gets to it, and he didn't even try, and that annoyed me. Messi should come to Chelsea. I agree. YB1 thoughts on MALANG SARR TDM? Said that already. Still don't think it's a good idea. I think if Kepa went back to Spain, he would be sick. Probably would be. What would you rate this transfer window out of 10? Well, you, Mr. Henry, CFC Fan TV, clearly didn't watch my recent video, did you? Because that's exactly what I did 2 videos ago. Rate this transfer window so far, pretty much. Rate that. And, well, yeah, let's see. If we don't get a goalkeeper, at this moment of time, we'll give it an 8. If we get a decent goalkeeper, I give it a 9. If we get a great goalkeeper, I give it a 10. And if we get Declan Rice as well, I'll give it 10 out of 10, but 11 with Rice. 11 out of 10 with Rice. Kepa usually just stands and watch. Yeah, and that's true, and that's my problem. No chance for Kepa. He is not good enough. That's kind of the problem, yeah. That's kind of the problem. I agree. What are you going to spend those 20 rupees on from that donation? Yeah, turns out it's 23 euro cents. So, don't know what I'm going to spend that on, but I still do appreciate the donation, though. Do you know what I mean? Bloody rupees. And Jamie, I hope you're holding up well as well. Hope you're doing good and not spreading silly things around. Nick Pope, my first choice keeper to go after. Thoughts? Not the youngest anymore. It's not a pretty face. I'm taking a piss. Nah, he's good. He's good. But would he be the elite level? Would he be the next, Petr Cech? No. Like, would he be like signing Jan Oblak? No, of course he wouldn't. Would he be as good as Alisson, Edison, Demblot? No, he wouldn't. Would he be as good as Dean Henderson? No, he wouldn't. But would he be decent and possibly better than Kepa? Quite possibly. Come on, Chelsea, Fremen. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, Jamie, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, if you guys have another question or two you want to put into the chat, do that, because otherwise I'm gonna leave it there. I do appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. Really do, really do. And again, let me just let me just have my little subscriber thing pop up again, because I like him, a big fan. So again, thank you to Matthew. His Twitter handle is still in the description down below. So make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the notification bell button so you don't miss out on any future videos, whether it's live streams like this or proper videos, then you don't miss out on any of them. And leave me your thoughts then in the comment section below on everything that I touched on today. And of course, make sure you drop a like. We're still only at 23 likes, even though there's almost 60 of you watching. So bloody hell, drop a like, people. Why not? Doesn't cost you any money, barely cost you any time. Just click that like button. Be massively appreciated. Be massively appreciated. Yeah, all good, bro. Hope you're good, man. Yeah, I am. Cheers. Appreciate it, Jamie. Glad you're good. Eden Azar said Donnarumma has 1 year left on his contract. I want us to get him. Not going to happen, and I personally don't want him. And I still don't personally believe that. He wants out of there anyway. Use the 20 rupees to get a few sweets at the local shop. I'll try, mate. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure how many sweets you'll get for 23 cents, quite frankly. Do you think we can win the title next season if Messi joins City? No. Regardless of whether Messi joins City, I'm pretty sure we're not winning this title. Announce Havertz. Alright, then Zongler, Dukpa. I've announced Havertz. Chelsea have signed Kai Havertz. There you go, I've announced it. If we get Jose Gimenez with Silva, that would be great. That would be great, but I very much doubt that. I very much doubt that. When will Havertz join? I don't know. Seems like it's probably happening next week at this point, or after the international break, after he's joined up with Germany. Wouldn't be surprised by that. It's still done. Fabrizio Romano said it's done, so it's done. Why did you leave 100% Chelsea? Sammy, shh. This is Sammy, by the way. This is just this cheeky little channel. If you want to click on it, and do you have your videos public or are they all private, mate? Click on this channel. Don't subscribe, obviously, but just take the piss out of some of these old videos that he's made. Because yeah, that's Sammy, the producer and cameraman of Blues Fans TV. And Fremin said, sign Lingard. How about no, mate? Don't know whether you're a United fan or whether you're just a little Michael, but yeah. Guys, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching, all of you that have tuned in. Obviously, I might do this more regularly. The more of you that tune in, the more of you that watch these, the more regularly I will do them. I will have to watch it back, see how the lighting was, how the sound was. I've gotten a bit more white as the video went on, didn't I? Because it got more and more dark outside, I guess. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. Again, one more time, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Help me get 10,000 subscribers. Help me on that road there. Be massively appreciated. Drop a like on this live stream if you enjoyed it. Drop a like on this video if you're watching at a later point. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea. And I'll see you next time. It's not letting me bloody end it. I'll tell you that much, guys. No, I am. Bye-bye. Still not letting me bloody end it. And I'll see you next time.